Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. I first off want to say thank you to every single last one of y'all that will hopefully file in and watch this show. All y'all that are going to be watching on the replay later on. I just want to be completely transparent with you guys. It is an honor to be able to have this conversation with all y'all. This is a very serious conversation that we're about to have. There's a lot of men out here, a lot of men that are being inspired by the Johnny Depp trial win to actually step forward and actually say their piece, speak their truth, tell their side, their own version of Me Too, which now there's a hashtag that's been hopping around called Men Too. And absolutely, this happens on both sides of the spectrum, both sides of the fence. DV has no gender. It happens to more than you know, more men than you actually know. I have a couple people that are going to be coming on that are going to be blessing us with their stories, blessing us with their time. So I just need to say real quick, please be kind. Please be supportive. Please be understanding. Because this is hard for any person to come out and say these stories. Any person, man or woman, doesn't matter. Okay? Binary or non-binary, it doesn't matter. This is still a very serious topic that we all need to hear. Real talk. Okay? So before we get into everything, please do me a favor. Okay? Hit that like button down below. Send those likes all the way up. I appreciate you guys coming in and hearing these stories. Like I said, these stories are important too. Not just the salacious, big old fat stories about Johnny Depp or Amber Heard and whatnot. There's so many stories out here that need to be looked at, that we need to shine a light onto without a shadow of a doubt. So please hit that like button down below. Of course, please do me that favor. Hit that subscribe button. And also, if this moves you, if this inspires you, please share this feed, share these stories. Please. These need to come out here too. Because this happens to men as well. Okay? So I appreciate that. Again, I really do appreciate it. And again, welcome to the show. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon to every single last one of y'all that are watching from all over the globe. I got some people that are coming in from many corners of the world. So I'm very, very honored to have these people on today. And for them to come in and just speak their truth, speak their side of things. Like I said, the Johnny Depp defamation trial has shed a huge light on something very serious right now, guys. And something that they've been sharing all over Twitter. You see it on TikTok. Some YouTube channels as well are talking about this too. That DV, the Me Too, hashtag Me Too, has no gender. It shouldn't only just be for women and women only. This happens to men as well. We got some stories to tell you guys today. I hope you guys sit back and listen closely. Okay? My first guest today, I'm very honored to have. He's coming in all the way from across the pond, from Great Britain. Please welcome my brother, Mystic, to the show. Hello, Mystic. How you doing, my brother?
I'm good, thank you. I'm very, very good, thank you, Pascal. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm well. I'm glad to have you on the show to talk about this. I appreciate you. Like, let me just say this to you and every single last person that said this in last week's show, where I was like, hey, somebody came up with the brilliant idea of saying, hey, why don't you bring some of these men, if they are brave enough to come onto your show, to speak on their behalf of the Me Too movement, what happened to them and all that. You're one of the first people to jump on and say, yes, I would love to be on and tell my story. So I just wanted to say, first off, and to every single last one of you guys that said that they were down to talk, I really, really appreciate you guys blessing us with your stories and your time. So thank you, first off, Mystic.
You're welcome, Pascal. Because the truth is, what I was watching, what I was watching, like Johnny Depp say that he was the first. Not the first. I mean, he was the bloke that said that he was he was uh, the he was abused.
Mm-hmm.
That really inspired me. That really inspired me because it 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 sorry, it's like
It's okay. I know. I can only imagine what's going on in your mind right now. The thoughts, the stories, being on camera right now and talking to me in front of a bunch of people. I can only imagine what's going on in your mind right now. And I'm telling you right now, you are in a room full of family. You're in a room full of friends. We all got you. So how about this? Let's get into some of the story here, okay? If you don't mind, tell me, uh,
right.
what is your story? What is your story?
Right. I met her through a youth, not youth, like a refresh my memory. Sorry.
It's
I
okay.
met her. I met her through a party, like just like a party, and I saw her dancing, and
Did you speak?
I said I said to her if she would like to have a dance, and she was like, yeah. And the next minute we hit it on, and she was really cute. And the next minute I asked her on a date. I took her on a romantic meal.
Okay.
A few weeks later, it went really well. And
Oh, so
then
it was kind of like a like the honeymoon, if you will, right? It was like
yes,
you,
yeah,
everything was perfect. She was the perfect girlfriend. You were want for nothing, right?
exactly.
So were there any specific warning signs? Was there anything that popped up that made you think, maybe something,
Um,
this is maybe there was a red flag that you saw, or did it just randomly happen?
well, when she took me to her parents, I was like, I wasn't sure about that. Then few, then 2 years later, we moved in together. Her mother moved in, and next minute they decided to come and live with us because of the maintenance problems. So I said to her, "Can we please like have some like spend some time?" And then the worst thing happened. She turned into an alcoholic, and I was trying to give her help, but all I get was like, "Oh, F you, Mystic! I don't want to do this, do that, blah, 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 F you, you're nothing." But the truth is, Pascal, I don't want to leave. I did not want to leave because I wanted to stay in this relationship because I really want to give her help.
Mm.
And a few years later, I proposed to her because she was the love of my life. And
So, so do you mind if we pause for a second here?
yeah,
So it was okay. So you guys were with each other for a few years. So before you actually proposed, between the time that she became an alcoholic, which I'm assuming she always was, but maybe she just hid it. But then she started to show her true colors in front of you, right?
yeah.
Between that time and the time that you proposed, what actually went down? Were there any moments of DV that happened during that she inflicted on to you?
Yes, there was. There was because I was in bed on my birthday,
Mm-hmm.
and she was drinking a whole bottle of wine. Not a whole bottle, like two bottles of wine.
Mm-hmm.
She got completely drunk, and she just dragged me out of bed. I wasn't wearing anything, not even my pajamas, my boxers or anything. I was completely butt naked,
Mm-hmm.
and she just dragged me out of bed and say, "Oi, go make me breakfast. Make me breakfast." Then I had like a massive cut right side of my head. I had a bit of bruise on my legs. I was absolutely scared. I I had just I just didn't know what to do. I mean, it's just like acting all too fast.
In this,
And
and you're saying in this one particular moment, right, where she dragged you out of bed. I guess you were asleep at this point, and then she just dragged you out of bed out of nowhere. And
yeah,
this is how you got the gash on your head and were bruised, if I'm correct, right?
yes, yeah.
So okay, so leading up to that particular moment, was there any specific reason why there was like it of course I just have to ask the questions, right? Because I just want to understand the scenario. Was there a fight that led to this? Or were you just in bed minding your own business and out of nowhere, whoop, you just get pulled out of bed?
There was a argument because I was in Poland going to my uncle's my uncle's wedding in Poland because he was going to marry his um his wife, and because I have disability because I got autism, Asperger's, and modern disabilities, and um my auntie asked her bridesmaids to um just to have a dance with me,
Mm-hmm.
like platonically kind of way, and which was all on DVD. So when we saw it,
Mm-hmm.
I me and my fiance we just sat on the sofa, all in hands, and when we saw it, she she just like immediately said, "Fuck you, f you, I'm off." I was like, I didn't even do anything. She just like stormed off and said, "F you."
Mm.
So sorry for the f bomb.
It's okay. You're
I
okay.
mean, the truth is, my auntie said to the bridesmaid that she wanted to just have just look after me, and I didn't even do anything wrong. I
Yeah.
mean, everything I did, like everything I did for her is fucking horrible.
No, I understand.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Uh, no, I understand. Um, and Mystic, you one thing that I know that it sucks. I know looking back in those things are it's hard. And I know you got plenty of other stories to tell, right? You got plenty of other incidents that happened between you and your ex-wife, but here's the light at the end of the tunnel. You're not with this woman anymore. You're not with her anymore. That is the blessing at the end of the day. You at least were strong enough to walk away. You at least were strong enough to walk away with your head held high. It may hurt. Yes, we all find that person that we want to cling to and we want to love, and we hope that that's our forever person. But sometimes it doesn't work out, and yes, it hurts and it breaks everyone's hearts, right? But also, you got to remember you are still alive. You are still above the dirt, and you're a better person for it.
But but
You
can I
got
say one thing?
Go ahead.
When I was living with, when I had a two-bedroom apartment with my ex-fiance,
Mm-hmm.
um, it was me, my ex-fiance, her mother, her brother, and her ex-suicidal partner, and it's just gone on too much. It's just gone on too much. I mean, I, I just don't know what to do. I mean, I was trying to be a god. I was trying to be a good guy. I mean, should I just kick him out, or should I just live with it, or too many things just going through my mind, Pascal. I mean, I just don't know what to do.
Yeah. Well, can I ask you something? I know we're kind of jumping ahead a little bit, but how long ago did you guys part ways? Your ex-fiance, correct? So sorry, not your ex-wife, but your ex-fiance. When did you guys part?
I think it was about we was together for 6 years, and I
But the breakup
honestly,
but the breakup happened when? Like last week, a year ago? How long ago since you guys are not in the same place at the same time? The
two
when
ye-
was 2 years?
2 years ago,
2 years. 2 years ago. Okay. So what was the moment that made you walk away?
when I was going to do a bit of washing up, um, I was like doing the dishes. I was gonna make some teas and coffees, and her mother was abusive as well, including her brother, her ex partner,
Mm-hmm.
and my ex fiance.
Okay.
And I I just as soon as I just walked out the door, she pushed me down the stairs.
What?
She pushed me down the stairs. I had three broken ribs. I
Whoa.
I had a broken leg and
A
a
bro-
massive gash on the side of my head.
Another gash on the side of your head? Oy, 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 oy.
I was in hospital for 3 bloody weeks. 3 weeks of bloody hell in bloody hospital.
And that was the last time you saw that piece of work 2 years ago?
Yes.
She
Yes.
shoved you down a flight of stairs, making you break 3 ribs, get a gash on the side of your head, and break your leg? Okay, Mystic. Oh my lord. Oh my lord.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Take your time, man. We're here. We're here to talk about this. But this is what I'm talking about. These are the conversations that need to be had. Most us men are not man enough to do exactly what you're doing right now, which is to tell your side of things, to tell the truth, because sometimes we're scared of it being embarrassing or emasculating or whatever. But the thing is that there are really some evil people out here in this world. And it's not just women or men, it's just people in general. There's a lot of evil souls out here. And we just happen to get, sometimes us as people, we just get sucked in to that relationship, right? We hear all kinds of stories of women being pushed down flights of stairs just like that, and they don't say anything about it. They don't talk about it, because of fear of whatever, right? But us men need to talk about these things too. I commend you for having the guts to talk about this. But my Lord, that is terrible, my brother. That is absolutely terrible. So can I ask you then, because there's two questions I have, but we got to stay on this particular flight of stairs incident, which is still just absolutely wild to me. I just can't believe it. Did you press charges on this woman? Did you ever report anything? Oh, thank you, Jesus.
I went to court.
Oh, my Lord.
I just filed a lawsuit against her, and I won.
Damn right. Okay, wait. So you won. So what actually happened what was it that you won? Did she go see jail? Was she inside of a jail cell?
She went to 3 years in jail.
Damn right.
2 years suspension.
Damn right.
And £30,000 criminal damage.
In punitive damages, right?
Yeah.
That's okay. First off, wow, Mystic. Thank you so much that you did that. I was scared that you just were taken to the hospital and then nothing came of this, right? And I'm hoping that maybe she found, I don't know, sobriety inside jail, and I mean, please don't look it up. Please don't find out what she's up to. Trust me, you'll thank me later. Okay. Walk the hell away. Okay. But given the fact that was your last moment with her, go ahead.
So the truth is, after really what happened, I'm actually finding it so hard to find a new relationship.
Yeah.
Because of everything that I've been through. I'm finding it really hard.
I understand. I totally understand, my brother. But I will tell you this: you will find love again. You will find a place where you can actually trust a partner again. You were with this woman for a very, very long time. You thought this person was everything. You trusted this person, and then those things happened. Unspeakable things. I mean, I'm sure more unspeakable things happened before the shove down the stairs, between the getting pulled out of your bed naked and then all the way down to the last moment where you said enough is enough, when you broke 3 ribs and and one of your legs. You see what I'm saying? I'm sure there's a lot of other moments in between those times that led up to the push down the stairs, because she, I'm assuming, felt that she could do whatever the hell she wanted, that she could get away with murder almost. Okay. And I'm telling you, there are so many good women out here, so many loving and wonderful women, so many great loving people out here. You just have to open up your heart and trust again. But here it is, though. You always got to keep your head on a swivel and realize that the mistakes that you made in the past, you cannot remake them again. The whole purpose on life, right, is to make different mistakes, not the same mistakes. You see what I'm saying? So somebody you see a red flag, maybe it's drinking. Maybe they drink a whole lot or something like that. And you just don't like that. Walk away. No harm, no
And,
foul. Don't
and can I
waste.
say, sorry, can I say one more thing?
Please, please.
I just want to say a big, huge thank you so much to Johnny Depp for giving us men to speak up for our rights, and also I just want to say thank you so much to the chat for giving me so much support. I mean, I just don't know how much it means to me. I just love you all so much.
And we love you too, man. We all love you. Everybody show him some love by putting some hearts in the chat real quick. All right. Be sure to hit that like button down below to show him some support. Real talk. All right. Because the thing is that we need to be able to talk about this. All of us need to talk about our traumatic moments in life. And it doesn't only have to be DV. It could be anything else. There's so many other levels of traumatic moments in all of our lives that we would love to have a platform in which we can talk those things through. And you can have that conversation right here on the Pascal Show. I promise you that. Okay. So keep showing him some love, real talk. Flood the chat with love, heart emojis, all that stuff. Real talk. Give him that love because he deserves this. Okay. But real quick, I had a question for you beforehand. Okay. And I do appreciate, I am proud of you for, I hate that it happened at where you had to be sent to the hospital for you to finally say, I'm done. But still, you got out and you got out alive, right? Now, one of the questions I had is you said something earlier that just really struck my attention. Okay. You said something about an ex suicidal partner. You explain that to me? And y'all were living in the same place together? You brought this
Yes,
home?
that is true because before I before I met her, um, she used to go out with a ex partner who is a suicidal person.
Okay, wait. Sorry. Ex partner. Partner, you mean like a buddy chum? You know, like this is my, you know what I mean? This is my ace? Or are you saying ex partner like this is her ex lover?
Ex lover, yeah.
Oh my lord. Okay. And how okay, man or woman? I'm sorry. I just need to make sure that.
It's man.
Okay. So this ex partner, holy God. So this partner lived under the same roof as y'all? How did Mystic, how did that work out? How did that happen? Can you explain that to me? How did that work out?
I, I just don't know. I mean, the truth is, um, he he was homeless. He doesn't know where to go, and I didn't have a choice in this. I mean, she said to me, "Oh, Mystic, would it be right if he would come live with us?" I mean, I just didn't know I just didn't know what to say. I mean, would I say yes or no? I mean, I, I just, I just, I'm all baffled. I didn't want to know. I just don't know, man. I just,
Okay. Wow. Uh, wow. Okay. So these two basically took it full advantage of a really good man. Basically, you're a really nice guy, Mystic. I could tell that from your vibe, your energy, all that. They took full
thank
advantage.
you.
Um, and I'm just telling truth. They obviously took full advantage of you. And from my understanding, just you said something earlier. You have Asperger's,
Yes, I'm autistic. I have learning disabilities and Asperger's syndrome.
and I hate to ask you this, but I'm going to ask this. Do you think that maybe they were trying to take advantage of maybe?
Um, to be honest, my ex fiance, she has she's a bit disabled, but I don't even know what her disabilities are. But her mother wasn't. She's kind of narcissistic.
Yeah.
Her brother um was a bit of a bully, and it just it just felt like they was like pushing me into a corner. I felt like I was being cornered to everything. Like when I left, when I left her, I was skinny as a rat. You can see my cheek. You can see my cheekbones. You can see my spine, my ribs.
You were
I
being tortured.
yeah. I
My
like
brother,
when I left.
you
Like
were
when
being,
I
you were
sorry.
being, it's okay. It's okay, Mystic. I'm sorry. I'm talking over you.
Like
But
when I left, I had no money. I didn't know where to go. I was homeless for 3 months. I was sleeping on the streets, and
you were sleeping on the streets.
yeah. And this was in the bloody winter. This was in the winter.
And ain't it always cold in Great Britain? So I'm just kidding. But
It is. It
oh,
is.
well, let me ask you this, because I do have some. This is just absolutely heartbreaking, and of course, she got what she deserved at the end of the day. But somebody just asked a question. I'm going to pull this up because it was a damn good question, because I was about to ask it, but they're asking the right question right when I'm thinking it too. So Roberta McCartney on Facebook just asked, do you have family? Now, let me spin that question really quick. So during the time that you were being basically tortured, I mean, you basically were, I mean, it sounds like you were just treated like a prisoner in your own home with the ex-lover and your fiance basically abusing and taking advantage of you. Let's be real. And I commend you for being so strong and getting through it, because that's the hard part, getting through the hard part, years of that kind of torment. But did you ever turn to any family members, maybe her family members or your own, to maybe seek some sort of salvation?
Uh, no, because
Why not?
they said to me, if I speak to my family, they would do something very, very worse. Like they said to me,
Oh, wow.
if I call my dad or my grandparents, they would just.
Oh, wow, my brother. It's okay, Mystic. You know, what's I want to say this because and so beautiful that it's wonderful that it's in this chat. But Zoe Zeppelin, thank you so much for the 10, but you didn't have to give me the 10 when you saying this, because I would have still pulled this up. But we love you, Mystic. Thank you for sharing with us. Real talk. You are very brave for coming up and telling this story, but they threatened your life if you were to ever speak to your parents or any of your family members or even their own family members. Am I correct?
They
Can I,
said they would kill me.
they said that they would kill you. Somebody else asked this too. Zozo Bob just asked this, and this is a very good question as well. Because I know that there's a lot of men out here that when they find themselves in this kind of situation, I mean, yours is very extreme to a lot of other stories, but there's varying degrees of intensity of the within the Me Too or the Men Too movement. Okay. So you're not alone. I'll just say that first off, Mystic. But I know that a lot of men, when they find themselves in this kind of situation, they will blame themselves. They will instantly go, well, it was, I could have done this, or I could have done this better. I'm in the wrong. And Zozo Bob just asked this too. He said, I wonder if he ever blamed himself first. Or I'm actually adding a word, but did you ever start to blame yourself after being accosted by your ex-fiance?
Yeah, I
Can you
do.
do you mind like expanding on that, and telling us, like, what was the thought process like, if you mind me asking? After, say, something happened to you, what would instantly go through your mind?
I was thinking to myself, why, why, why would I be like this? Why, why am I putting myself through this hell? I blame myself for staying in this relationship.
Mhm.
I blame myself for bringing everything into the home. I just I blame I blame myself for everything.
Mhm. So, where are you now? Because obviously you're not on the side of the road right now. You're not on a bench somewhere shivering in the cold or sweating in the heat. So where are you now? You found your own place, or what's your
I'm
story?
I'm in supported living at the moment.
You're where? I'm sorry.
I'm living in supported living, and 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, I'm moving into independent home
Nice.
with with help with like therapy. I got social services, social with everything that I need.
Yeah. I have to say, you're a
Sorry,
one
sorry
strong
for
mother lover,
shaking.
mister. Go ahead. What were we gonna say?
Sorry from shaking.
It's okay. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. Like I said, we're here. We're with you, Um, Princess Rose Doll just said, Mystic, you are not alone. Always remember that. So, hey, it's okay to
Thank
share.
you, Rose.
Hey,
Thank you, Rose. I love you so much.
absolutely. You know what I mean? Nat A just said, Pascal, I appreciate shedding light on the fact men are abused. My heart and positive vibes go out to Mystic. Very brave of you to tell your story. You see what I'm saying? So this should give you strength, my brother. This should give you strength, because people are out here listening. They're not trolling you. They're not showing any shade. They're showing nothing but solidarity. Okay? We're here with you. Okay?
And
Go ahead. Go ahead. What are you going to say?
and can I say to everybody in chat, I just want to say thank you guys so much for your support. It means so much to me, seriously, because I have been bottling all my emotions and everything inside myself. I was so scared to tell my family. I was so scared to tell my friends. And every time I see my friends, I pretended. I actually pretended to smile
Hmm.
and pretended to laugh.
Yeah.
But it's it's really hard. But
Yeah.
now, but now I told you guys. It felt like the whole world has lifted off my shoulders, because the truth is, I really wanted the hashtag meant to movement to go. So please, in chat, can you spam hashtag meant to for me, please? I beg you.
Go ahead, guys. Go ahead and spam it all you want. Put in hashtag men2 in the chat. Of course, show him some love with some heart emojis and all that as well. I got a couple comments, and then I got a question for you as well, okay? Because you did just mention something that I thought was very, very important for every single last man and woman out here. that's maybe wanted to come out and speak on behalf of Me Too, Men Too, whichever hashtag, okay? But real quick, Spin Cycle Dragon just said, I've got no words for what you went through, but my heart goes out to you. But Mystic, none of this is your fault, okay? That's absolutely the truth. That's absolutely the truth. But that's the thing. I think that it's so interesting right now. We see this on social media. We're seeing this in the news right now. It's becoming so polarizing. Like there's this gender war over this whole Johnny Depp situation, the Amber Heard situation, the Me Too movement. But the thing is I keep repeating, the Me Too movement should not have any gender, period. There are people on both sides of the fence and in between, okay, that have their own graphic, heart-wrenching stories of being DV'd, S8, SV'd, and then some. Okay? We should all be standing together in solidarity, holding each other down, regardless if a man wins a trial or a woman wins a trial. We should be standing in solidarity on the truth. Now, one of the things I wanted to ask you, Mystic, you mentioned something. You said that you had told your family about it. You were scared about telling your family. But when you actually did tell your family, how did they react? What was their initial reaction?
They, my grandparents. Well, I called my grandparents, and he just said, "Right, that's it. I'm going to go and see you." In the way he said it, he said, like, "Right, that's it. We're coming to see you." And it's not a way. It's not like a hateful way.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, right, we're coming to come rescue you. And when I got there, it wasn't only my grandparents. It was my dad, my auntie, everybody.
You know, man, that's beautiful. Can I just say that real quick, Mystic? That's absolutely beautiful. Okay. You're really lucky to have family like that, because some of us are not that lucky to be able to turn to our foundation, right? Call up grandpa or grandma or mom, dad, auntie, whichever, and be able to say what's going on, and they drop everything and go there to take care of you, to save you, to rescue you, saying no more, you ain't going to be there anymore. It's a wrap. And that's the thing. I say this because I'm saying this for both sides of the fence too, right? We all, both men and women, we are ever victims of this type of
Exactly.
situation. We should be able to speak and tell our friends or tell our loved ones, and they should be able to listen with open ears and an open heart and an open mind and be able to go, hey, I'm there. I don't need to know what's going on. I don't need to know what went wrong. If you say you need help, I'm there. Say less, man. I'm there. And that's exactly what your family did. You're so lucky. And isn't it interesting? I'm sure now you're so thankful, but isn't it funny how we'll hold back from calling our loved ones because we're scared of being ridiculed. We're scared of being questioned. And in fact, we're scared of not being believed. But when you did make that phone call, isn't it so relieving that you're like, wow, man, I should have made this call earlier. Damn. But I'm so thankful that I called right now. You're a lucky one. Let me tell you that, Mystic. You're very, very
Thank you.
lucky. Real talk.
Thank you so much. I
You're very,
mean, because right now I've been doing better. I'm a professional runner.
that's dope.
I'm a professional runner. I've been doing like virtual challenges. Uh, I've been doing like I'm doing like park runs. I did 3 marathons. I've,
Nice.
I've been I've been doing better than I was before,
Exactly. And that's
and
how
now,
it's supposed to be. That's exactly how it's supposed to be, Mystic. Can I say something?
yeah,
First off, you were in hell for years with this person and their ex lover as well, most likely as their partner in this abuse as well. Okay, you were succumbed to torment, torture. You fell down a flight of stairs, broke 3 ribs, broke your leg. But one thing that's so wonderful about, even though it hurts, even though it sucks, you can still heal. And 9 times out of 10, hopefully 10 times out of 10, we bounce back even stronger. And the thing is that you were able to press charges on her. She was found guilty. She went and she spent time in prison. Thank you, God. But the other great thing I want to say is too, is that you are prospering. You have moved on. You are running long distances. You're doing marathons. You're doing everything and then some. Probably things that they weren't even letting you do when you were in the relationship with her in the first place.
exactly.
But right now,
Exactly. Like
go ahead.
I'm doing what Johnny Depp does the best. Like, I'm a runner. Johnny Depp's a musician, and with thanks to Johnny Depp, he gave me the voice. He gave me the passion I love the most. And the truth is, I wish all the men out there would have the beautiful, beautiful passion that they love. I wish every single man out there have the voice that they can speak up, because the the hashtag #MenToo movement will always live on in our hearts.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the thing is one thing that shows strength is being able to go back to those traumatic moments and being able to speak on a platform or in front of people and say what you need to say. So don't ever think that by talking about this and shedding a tear shows any sign of weakness. Actually, it shows the exact opposite. It shows you strong as a mother lover, Mystic. The other thing I want to say too, which you are showing that you are doing with passing with flying colors, is that the best revenge is success. And that's exactly what
Exactly.
you're showing. You're showing that you are moving on and you're becoming stronger and better as a human being. So, Mystic, I want to say this really quick. I do really appreciate you coming on and talking with me about this. I really, really do appreciate it. It takes a lot of balls, man. It takes a lot of balls, a lot of guts to come
I,
on.
I really need to clear my name out, because the truth is, I've been hiding this with all my life, and I really, really do want to get this out of my chest, and I want to take my opportunity to thank you, Pascal, to let me clear my name out and explain my story, and everybody in chat, um, showing their love and everything. I love Pascal family. You guys are so beautiful, and I wish I could hug every single one of you guys. Much, much love.
Much love to you too, Mystic. I appreciate you. Seriously. Stay strong out there. You know you can always come out on here live and chop it up with me and my crazy family. You already a part of the family, baby. So you know you can come on here and talk. This is an open forum for all of us to be heard, okay? But Mystic, thank you again for being on, my brother, okay? You stay strong, and I'll see you in the
Thank
chat.
you. Yeah.
Peace. You know, wow. First off, I want to say, hopefully I get my next guest to come on here shortly. But if not, it's okay. Because I feel like that was a very eye-opening conversation. And I feel blessed. I'm being dead ass serious. I feel extremely blessed to have Mystic come on and speak his side of his story, because it's hard. It's really hard to say anything. And I love that there was still positive. There was still light at the end of the tunnel. He's moved on. He's grown. You see what I'm saying? He's prosperous. He's pushing forward. But the one thing I will say, though, is that Mystic is extremely lucky. Some of us are not as blessed as Mystic. Some of us don't have that support system. Some of us don't know where to turn. But what's really funny is a lot of us, if we really look, we do have that support system. It may not be our auntie or our grandpa or our dad or our mom. You might find solidarity in the person that you did not expect to find it in at all. So I urge every single last one of y'all, for those of y'all who are watching right now that feel that maybe you're lost, maybe you feel like there's no place you can turn to, open your eyes, prick up your ears, and you might be very, very surprised. Sometimes the first step is just speaking. First thing you need to do is just say something. Say it out loud, not give a damn. Because sometimes you got to just sit there and go, I can't take it anymore, and I need to say this. You'll be surprised who responds. There are good people out here in the world, y'all. Not all of them are evil. We might be surrounded by darkness, but there's light outside of that darkness. I just want to remind you guys that. Real talk. So, Mystic, I appreciate you for coming on and talking with me. I really, really do appreciate it. It really, really meant a lot. It takes a lot of guts for any person to come on and talk about years of abuse. It takes a lot. I got a super chat here really quick. I'm going to read some of your comments. Hopefully my guest will be on here soon. Well, let me make sure. Let me make sure that they're ready, or if they're still around. If not, I understand. But here it is. Penelope Montreal, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. This is a great thing you're doing. Stay strong, Mystic. Absolutely. Absolutely. Grace, thank you so much. Oh my God, it's 2 a.m. here. Wow. Yeah, I mean, Mystic, it was 1 a.m. over there when we started. So I can only imagine what you guys are going through right now, watching this show right now, but I do appreciate it. Seriously. It's 2 a.m. here. I'm late because I'm going to sleep, but I'm glad you did this, Pascal. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay. I know a lot of us are still, trying to get ready for tomorrow, or trying to get some food in you, trying to eat. Some of y'all are still at dinner and all that. I totally understand. And if you rewatch this and watch this replay, I really do appreciate every single last one of y'all. Real talk, for taking in the time to chop it up with me and all that. Okay. Let's see some more comments here. Oh, I didn't know. Penelope is your daughter's name. That's what's up. That's what's up, nerd. Hi, Penelope. Okay. Yes. Thank you so much, Grace. I do appreciate you taking the time to rewatch this later on. Okay. Regardless, and anytime you guys watch this, it's still a blessing. Seriously. Okay. Let's see. Oh, no. Cuppa. No. It's 7:55 in my neck of the woods. I'm in Central Standard Time, but where Mystic is, he lives in Great Britain. So it's 1 a.m. out there for him. So the fact that he stayed up to hop on and talk with us and grace us with his truth, with his story, really, really means a lot. So please give him a whole lot of love. Real talk in the chat. Jack Vlogs, let's see. This case wasn't big enough. Wasn't big because JD being in the movies. It was because he had strength to be brave enough, strong enough, and a victim enough to say, like did as also a DV. I'm one too, me too, men too. Okay. Interesting sentence, but I do see what you're saying. You know, but I do think it was, yes. I mean, I think it was big because he was in the movies. Of course, all the stuff that came with it. Obviously, she was in the movies, kind of in the movies and all that as well. But at the same time, it's a big situation. And then on top of that, you got to remember the amount of money that was on the line. It was the upwards of $100 million in the defamation lawsuit as well. But I think because of that and how salacious the titles were, how salacious the stories were, I think that really caused a lot of people to watch and people to listen and see what was going on. You know what I mean? So I think that's what happened here, Sorry, I'm just reading some of your comments or going back at some of the comments here earlier. Carter said, that was amazing, Mystic Gaming. Thank you for sharing that. I hope that it helps even one person to come forward. Virtual hug. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Princess Rose Doll, Mystic Gaming. There is strength in numbers. Tell yourself no woman will do this ever again. That's facts. I do agree with that as well. We support you, men, hashtag too. Absolutely. Okay. Yes. And I think that's the thing. We have to make sure. We have to make sure that we learn from our mistakes and don't repeat the same mistake twice. That is the goal. That is the focus on this whole thing, is making sure that when you meet somebody, right? You take the Johnny Depp, Amber Heard situation. They met when she was auditioning. Biggest mistake in his life, in my personal opinion. And I'm sure if he could take it back, he would. He would take that moment back in a heartbeat. But that's not the case. But now that he's moved on, and now that he is vindicated, you hope, okay? You hope to God that he doesn't find himself in a situation like that ever again. Or if he does meet another sycophantic vampire like that woman, okay, that certain Aquaman starlet, that hopefully he sees those red flags and he runs. He turns the other way and he kicks rocks with the quickness. And that's the same thing I say to Mystic Gaming and every single other person that's out here that has been a victim of Me Too or Men Too. Doesn't matter. Me Too should not have a gender. I urge every single last one of y'all to find the right spouse, to find the right partner. Find respect in that relationship. First off, let me say this too. Let me say this as well. I think it's extremely important to find self-respect more than anything. Finding love for yourself, finding respect for yourself. Because a lot of times we stick with that person because we don't believe that we can do any better. We believe, oh, well, it's going to be impossible. Okay? It's going to be impossible to find love again. No. How about you start loving yourself first? And the outside love will come. Trust me. It'll overwhelm you. Okay? The outpour of love, okay, will absolutely overwhelm you. If you truly believe that. But if you just say, he'll do or she'll do, and you keep doing that for the rest of your life, you are going to be putting yourself around people that are only there for themselves. They're not there to help you. They're not there to be a partner. They're not even there to be a great listener, a great lover, a great friend. They're there for their own selfish reasons. And then next thing you know, you're alone. And that's the thing. That's the thing that we all need to start learning quickly, is how to love ourselves first. Then you can love anybody else. It's finding your own happiness. What makes you happy? What gets you out of bed every morning? With a smile, hopefully a smile on your face. I know some of us are not morning people. Let's keep it real. I used to not really be a morning person at all. Okay. I had to train myself to appreciate waking up at 7 o'clock in the morning type of deal. But at the same time, though, I still wake up excited, still wake up happy, because I had to find that happiness for myself. You can never be happy off of somebody else's joy. You have to be joyful within yourself. Two people cannot be happy on just one person's joyful energy. That relationship will crumble. So you have to find that thing that absolutely makes you happy as hell for yourself. And then you can find joy with other people. Love yourself first, y'all. Love yourself first, and the rest will come. All right. I am very, very blessed to have my next and final guest on. All right. He's been in this show for a long time. He's been watching the show with all the roller coaster rides and then some. I'm very honored to have my brother Michael onto the show. What's up, Michael?
Oh, hello.
What's up, man?
Tripping. This is pretty weird for me, man.
Well, you look great, man. I love the jacket. I love the jacket. You're welcome. You're welcome. So first off, I want to say thank you so much for being on here and chopping it up with me. I really do appreciate it. Okay.
I wanted to be on earlier, but I got a phone call, just stretched friend, had to take care of that.
No, it's okay. It's okay. The fact that you even showed up means a lot. Okay. So he also goes by Punk Rock Mike 134 on Twitter. So you might see we conversate on Twitter every once in a while. So I appreciate the love on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm the one with the logo that gets a little hate, but
right. Yep. Yeah. It's a little controversial, tiny bit, but hey, that's a whole other conversation in itself. So we're here to talk about this, about men too, right? About men talking about their own specific Me Too moments, or being a victim or being a survivor of Me Too. So tell us about your story.
I mean, like I told you when I first said it, like,
right,
I know a lot of other people, men, women, have had it way, way worse than me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I grew up with a narcissistic, abusive sister, so it's routine. Like, imagine Kelly Bundy / Marjorie Taylor Greene as your older sister. It's not a fun time.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But sorry, I had something in my throat.
Okay.
But yeah, like, I also have my own personality disorders and stuff that caused me to get into some bad relationships. I understand that, and I'm working on that myself, but
you're human. You're not perfect. It's understandable. Okay.
And you give people the benefit of the doubt when you first start dating them, and that's kind of how my story is. It was kind of the working up to the abuse, it was just the narcissistic tendencies and then like basically one stands out the most, you know.
Okay.
And it was a weird relationship. It started off all kind of weird and stuff to begin with, and then I ended up having an accident. So it was kind of like I was laid up in bed for a while. So that's was the length of the relationship. You know, it was very short, but like the fact that I had a full on injuries where I couldn't even walk and I was getting treated like crap. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
your your girlfriend's supposed to kind of help take care of you if you're injured. You know, like. But then it's like, well, we weren't dating long, so I kind of understood why she had other things to do or something. Like you make excuses for them,
Of course.
you know. You
Mm-hmm.
you try to like, I don't know, brush it off or whatever. But then it starts just growing, you know. And it was like I started hanging out with her and her friends, and even her friend, and then they would start chiming in with how bad of a person she was, you know. See,
Mm-hmm.
when I met her, she was like the stereotypical yoga teacher. Namaste. She never wore shoes, even in West Hollywood. She didn't wear shoes. Like,
Wow.
yeah, like that full on, you know. So I'm like thinking she's a peaceful, loving, nurturing person kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
Then I start talking to her friends, and then I start realizing that basically her yoga classes are paying for her alcohol.
Wow. Why if sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you in your story, but there's a common theme. I mean, we've only had one other story. Mystic came on and he was amazing in telling his story. But it
Hard
seems like
to follow that, definitely, definitely.
but it seems as if like the common thread, it seems a lot. Because I've heard other friends of mine tell me their stories of, you know, DV men talking about this. And it always seems like the common thread, the common denominator, right? Math is alcohol.
Yeah, there's definitely a correlation causation thing going on there.
Yeah.
You know, like when I first met her, she had the two jobs. She was working as a yoga teacher and she was working at a, I'm not going to say the company, but a very very security type company.
Mm.
And she would show up to the office, put her sweater or jacket on her chair, take her wallet out of her purse and her phone, leave her purse, take off, and go to the bar all day
Oh, wow.
until eventually she lost that job,
Of course.
right? So then she became a full-time yoga teacher, which was just basically teach a class, have a drink, teach a class, have a drink. You know, it was nonstop.
Yeah.
And, okay, I'm a gutter punk, right? I'm a punker. I live on the streets of Los Angeles, literally. I was living in a van, out of my
Okay.
van, playing guitar, doing my thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Happy as I could be, right? Um, so I didn't mind hanging out with her, going to these yoga classes and stuff, you know. And I was kind of like, why does this hot yoga teacher want to date a gutter punk, you know? Like,
Yeah.
you know. And then you figure it out why. It's like, oh, because then she can have something over you, you know. Well, she makes money. Yeah, well, I can go make money playing guitar in the corner if I want, you know. Like,
Right.
so it's like, then I started hearing about stories of her ex-boyfriends. And one of them, which she was still in contact with and stuff, like they had been friends since high school. So I understand that, still being friends, but it started getting creepy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Before it got creepy, though, he ended up in jail for something. And I would even go with her to help take care of his house and his dogs. I walked the man's dogs. I picked up his dog's poop, you know, because you help, right? You know? And like after a while, I knew something was going on and stuff. Like
Ah.
she tells me, like, about another ex-boyfriend, right? Who got so distraught over her, he shot himself in the face.
Whoa.
He did the cheek one, and it went out the other side. He's still alive. Most people would be like, oh my God, that person needs help. They would feel a little compassion or sorry or something. She took it as a compliment on herself that someone would do that for her. You know?
That's toxic as all get out.
So
Oh
that's when
my
I
God.
started to put my foot out the door, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to end up on the chopping block. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's around about the time I just flat out to her face, I was just like, you're an asshole. You know?
Yeah.
Because she's an asshole. That's when I got one across the face.
So that was the first time she ever put her hands on you.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's when I was out the door. Because I can go live in my van. I don't need no one or anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, quick question.
Huh.
How long were you in a relationship until like the said smack in the face?
Like all together, it was like maybe 4 or 5 months.
Okay. Okay. So this was a pretty rocket ship of a relationship, right? It
Yeah.
started off fast and hard and
or
yeah, right. Started fast and
bottle
ended
rocket.
abruptly. Yeah, a bottle rocket, right? It was pew, and then
Yeah.
and it was
Not
over.
much went on, you know.
Right. Uh,
And
uh, but the question I have for you is like, okay, so was she hanging certain things over your head? Because you did say something about how you were living in a van. She was had a regular job, working at a as a yoga instructor and all that stuff. So was she holding financials, money, that kind of thing over your head, using that as I guess a power trip?
pretty much, yeah, because like if she wanted to go out somewhere and I couldn't afford it, you
Mm-hmm.
know, thing, or if I couldn't afford to take her somewhere, kind of thing, where she got used to going up to these, uh, like bars on the roofs of these hotels in downtown Los Angeles, like where dude, it's seriously like $15 for a Pabst Blue Ribbon, like
Yeah.
I'm doing that. Like I don't even drink. I smoke weed, man. Like
Sounds like a Californian to me. Shoot.
that's right there, like
I heard that.
you know,
Okay. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Were you going to say something?
nice. So yeah, like it
Yeah.
was just always like. Plus, she was a vegetarian. I eat meat, kind of thing. I wear leather. There was always those kinds of
Yeah.
things. She's a superior person because she knows people in the animal liberation front or whatever,
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, like that's all well and good. I love animals too, Like I
Right.
understand, dude. I need my meat or whatever, kind of like
Was it more, I guess, verbal? Because there's still verbal abuse
yeah,
going on. It doesn't have to always just be physical. It doesn't have to be. We heard one story earlier, which was just absolutely devastating. Mystic was very brave to tell us his story.
Yes,
It was extremely violent, physically. Now, I mean, was there any type of thing like this going on as far as like verbal? Was she verbally abusive towards you? That kind of thing.
yeah, like that's where I kind of got off track too. Like when because helping her take care of her ex-boyfriend's place while he was in jail for a little while.
Right.
It was always pointing out the knickknacks of all of the things that they had done together and stuff. Like there
Wow.
was a plant hanging in the middle of the living room,
Yeah.
and I kept bumping into it. So her commentary was to let me know that that's where they used to hang their sex swing.
What?
Yeah.
No, see, that's the stuff that no, man.
Yeah, that's the things
Man.
though. Things
No.
that make you go,
Yeah,
right?
things that make you go, hard.
Right?
Why, bruh? Michael,
Exactly.
why didn't you kick rocks then?
Because it's ball busting. I understand ball busting, like kind of.
I mean, in my personal opinion,
It was harsh, but like
why does she
in
need to
punk rock
tell?
groups, the punkers,
Okay,
we can get
yeah,
harsh,
I
but as
get
long
it.
as it's done with love, you know. But there was no love there, so that's what I was like.
But she was fine. But she was fine. Like
Oh
she
yeah,
was good. So, and then that's the
oh
thing, though. That's what.
yeah.
So, if you don't mind me, I'm sorry for interrupting you, but this is the thing that I've noticed with men, especially now. We're obviously, I hate to bring it back to Johnny Depp and stuff, but let me bring it back to Johnny Depp. You see somebody who is okay, he's Johnny Depp, so of course he probably gets a slew of women throwing themselves at him all the time. But at the same time, he got Amber Heard. She young, 30 some odd years, his senior, um, or his junior, I'm sorry. And she is what most people would say is quote unquote hot, right? So you sit there and you go, well, and this is what I feel like what happens with a lot of men where simping happens. I'm not calling you a simp. I'm sorry.
No,
I am not. So I'm just trying to say that I feel like this is where guys fall into this because they feel like they can do no better, that they can't leave because they're like, but aesthetically, look at her. She looks fine, though. Look at her. She's hot and she's with me. Look at this. It's a status symbol. Look at this. I can still have her. You know what I'm saying? Like for you, I can still have her and I live in a van. How you like them apples, mother lover? You see what I'm saying? So you go, I'm going to stick
exactly.
around because she looks good and the sex is great, or at least the view during sex is great. So F it if she talks about a sex swing in her ex-boyfriend's house. No big deal. He's in jail. I don't care.
Yeah.
He ain't here. We could put up a sex swing right now, use it, put it down. He wouldn't even know. Nobody would be the wiser. So, hey, whatever. But this is the problem with most guys out here. We will sit there and we will take it. We will take it. We will take it over and over and over again because we got some arm candy. Because we automatically think, oh, this is a status symbol. Look how fine she is, though. And I feel like
a reason.
Say again.
You create a reason, man. Like,
oh yeah,
like the same thing. Like, well, yeah, he's in jail. I'm in here. I'm the one banging his ex-girlfriend, or whatever. Like, and it's plus too like society thing, like trying to achieve another level in society, man. Like
absolutely. Status symbol. Like that's what I'm basically trying to say. Like now, it's also in your mind might be an ego boost. You know what I'm saying? Might make you feel like, okay, I can, I can bag this girl. Like, oh, I got this. I never thought I could, but I can. I feel good. I'm walking
still
tall.
got game.
I still got game. But the funny thing is then the woman or the person, right? Because there's a lot of good looking people out there. And I feel like this happens with women too. They feel like they can't do any better. So they hold on for dear life to that particular person. And that person's an egomaniac as well. And they know that they look good. They know that they got something going on, right? And they use that to take advantage of the person that is holding them so high on a pedestal, right? And so I see that this is something that happens to a lot of men, mostly, that suddenly go, okay, he's got some money. Maybe he got some money in his pocket. Maybe he doesn't, but he meets this woman that's just, wow, let's just say. And they literally will put them up on a pedestal. But the thing is it's a vibe. It's an energy. It's like a shark smelling blood. They can see it. They can smell it. They can feel it. And they will take full advantage of it. Then they will test the waters. They'll call you something or they'll say something really offensive to try to throw you off, to see what kind of abuse, what kind of damage your body can take. Next thing you know, they're waiting to see how you respond. But if you respond in a way where it's
Exactly.
like, oh yeah, no, like you laugh it off and you just shrug it off like it's nothing, then they go, oh, I got this, mother lover. Oh, I can say and do whatever the hell I want now. And then they keep going inch by inch until they take 10 miles from you. And then later, months later, you go, where the hell? Wow. What the hell happened the last 6 months?
Yep. And that's what did more damage to her than anything else, was just walking away. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't say anything harsh or call her any more names. I laughed and I walked out.
Yeah.
I'll end it with this. My battery's dying, so I'll end it with
Go
this.
ahead.
She did end up going back to that dude after he got out of jail and all that shit, right?
Are you surprised though?
Now, I'll tell you this. I'm not surprised. I saw it coming. They ended up, she got pregnant, had twins. He had a motorcycle accident.
Oh, wow.
Due to infections, because no one was taking care of him, he is deceased.
Wow. So she didn't even take care of her baby daddy when he got into it? Wow, that's terrible.
He's 6 feet under.
That's absolutely terrible, man. That's absolutely terrible. Wow. But at the same time, thank your lucky stars that you're not with this toxic human being anymore, right?
Exactly.
And it's sad that happened between with that gentleman. I don't know who.
Yeah, he doesn't. No one deserves that, you know.
No, not at all, man. Not at all. But Michael, I appreciate you telling us your story. You know what I'm saying? Because these are all varying. There's all varying degrees. You know, some are big stories. Some are maybe not as big. Maybe they lasted 6 months, but still, no matter what.
If anything, if I could be a cautionary tale to look out for these things when you start dating someone.
Yeah.
Male, female, trans, whatever. Look out for these things, you know, and
absolutely
take care of yourselves, man. Make sure you put yourself before anyone else,
first.
Unless they're your child.
Yes, absolutely. Well, Michael, I appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much for telling us your
Thanks
story.
for having me. It was nice to talk to you.
Yeah, man.
Almost in person, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be out in California sooner than you know. So, yeah, maybe we'll grab a beer or something somewhere. All right.
I'll bring the blunts, man.
I like that. I'll be talking to you soon, man. You stay blessed.
Have a good one, man.
You too, man. Peace. So, guys, I mean, first off, Michael, I appreciate Michael coming on and chopping it up with us and telling his side of the story. And the thing is, I know some people might be going, well, was that really that huge of a situation? Yes, I think that they're all varying degrees. Some are smaller moments where someone maybe was lucky enough, like this situation with Michael. He had a situation where the woman was basically verbally abusive, manipulating him, messing with his head, till one moment he gets smacked in the face and he finally said, hey, enough is enough. I'm out. At least he didn't stick around and stay around. And some men and women will just take the smack in the face and go back into the relationship. And of course, that's when things get really bad. Things can graduate to something violent where, hey, you lose a finger, let's just say, like Johnny Depp. But still, nonetheless, there are varying degrees of DV. There's a varying degrees of abuse in general. Abuse can be verbal, physical, sexual. It could be all those things. It could be all those things together and separately at the same damn time. So when it comes to this, I commend every person that comes forward and talks about their story, expresses themselves, and says what's going on their side, because just because somebody out there might think, oh, it's such a small story, might be colossal for them. Let's keep it straight real. But I do commend Michael for one, coming out and telling us that story, and second, knowing when to walk away, knowing when finally to just say, I'm out. I'm done. I'm out. I will not be manipulated. I will not be abused. I will not be harmed. I'm done. He's one of the lucky ones that got out early. Some of us are not as lucky. But here it is, guys. Again, I want to say thank you, every last one of y'all. I know this wasn't a huge a show or a huge story, or a huge topic for a lot of people. You know, it's not some huge salacious title where everybody and their mama wants to come in and all that. But I do urge you to please share this show. Okay, share this feed, share this show, because there's other people out here, men and women, that need to see this video, that need to see these conversations and feel that they can actually step forward and speak out. I urge every single last one of y'all, if you are a victim, you're living through it right now, or you are a survivor and haven't spoken out yet, I urge every single last one of y'all to speak up. And we talked about it earlier, but I will say it again. You'd be surprised, y'all. You'd be very surprised who actually listens when you finally start to speak out. So speak out now. Trust me, you'll thank me later. Anyway, guys, that is the show. I appreciate all y'all for being on. Again, find love within yourselves, y'all, before you start finding love and respect from other people. Love yourself first. Find that happiness and that joy within yourself before you start trying to find it through fake people who are still trying to find their happiness as well. Like I said, happiness could be anything. A good shower, a good workout, a good book. You can find it in so many different ways. Just go and do it. Find it first. Love yourself and respect yourself first. Anyway, guys, thank you to the guys who came on, Mystic and Michael, for both coming on. You guys are some brave ass souls. I hope we can have another conversation like this in the very near future. Okay? I haven't done this yet. Okay, but I will do this right now. Please do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. Send those likes all the way up. I hope we can have more conversations like this in the near future. We need to talk about these things more often. And I'd love to hear some women. I'd love to hear your stories as well, ladies. Because Me Too is not gender specific. Okay? We all have a story, I'm sure. So if you're ever interested, please hit me up on my Discord. You could DM me through Twitter or Instagram. If you want to be on the show and tell your story, by all means, please. There's always a place for you to talk, and there's always an ear. I got two of them, actually, right here on the Pascal Show, okay? So hit that like button. Send those likes all the way up, okay? And please do not forget to hit that subscribe button, okay? You know, for me, it's like I would love this summer to be the summer of self-love. And I don't mean it in some weird, double entendre. I'm talking about finding love within yourself. Finding that thing that makes you happy, whatever the hell it is. The summer of self-love. That should be starting right now. Whatever it is. Okay? Find the love within yourself. And the rest will follow. Anyway, guys, it's time to get going. Much love to you guys. You guys have been amazing. This was a really, really great show. It was a blessing to have you guys on with me. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, this is the Pascal Show. Bye.